But there is a gap. There is
Big
a gap.
mentorship gap.
Boy child.
It's huge.
You do a lot of public speaking
Right.
classes, mentorship. What is that one thing that you figure that is really ailing boy child? Because even for Pandey to do all this, there's something that was not okay.
I think largely it is the extreme feminization of men. There is what I call soft parenting that most parents have done. And allow me to say this with a lot of care, that most children most men who come from single mother-led families are often raised quite interestingly. Because if you look at the data from American prisons, and if we can now cascade it even to Kenyan prisons, because I know they're different, but you look at 60% of black men jailed, incarcerated in America, are from single mother-led families. It's not to blame single mothers, but I want to blame the men for leaving these children without proper fatherhood. Because the women naturally nurture, all right? In their nurturing, they don't discipline much, except African moms of our ages. Okay. Our Gen Z hawezi piga. Our Gen Zs wanasimama na mama yao. I see them stand with their mothers and talking back. Kama ni mamangu ni stool kwa kichwa. Pap! You won't respond.
Kaka saadi.
Kaka saadi. You know, you're beaten with stools, nyaunyo, etc. So there's that bit of very soft parentage where the mothers are trying to overcompensate for whatever could be a gap. And this gap could be, oh, the father is not present or something. Or she feels like there was a mistake that happened and now she has to step in 2 times. And in most instances you find, and I'm sorry to say this, that some of these mothers end up pseudo-dating their children, where you over praise a child. You cannot hold them to account. In fact, in case anybody tries to hold them to account, you swing in with a lot of bitterness because you're being over-defensive towards a child. Now, this one has led to one of the imbalances, especially of the new generation, especially the ones who are younger than us. I've seen that a lot in them. Secondly, of the children that I've trained, one thing, and this is not in the public speaking, this is the mentorship. I ran a program called Linda Kesho with Mama Ida Odinga, the whole country. One of the things that was coming out clearly was that there was a pure imbalance between the empowerment of women and empowerment of men. Women have been over-empowered, and that is the truth. Because everything you look at, it is women empowerment. You talk about affirmative action, it is women. You talk about grades za kwenda university, it is women. You talk about DEI, even wherever it was recently, it is women who are being given the upskill. I am a supporter of women, don't forget that. But I'm also a supporter of equality, that let women get what they deserve. I truly believe that, yes, let's give them an affirmative action platform. But if it's an affirmative action, can we make it equal? If it's an affirmative action for women, let's have affirmative action for men. Because if we are promoting the issue of unfair salaries, for example, so we want fair salaries at the workplace because women earn, they say, up to 20% lower. And they say women who do makeup earn up to 5% more than those who don't do makeup. Such stuff. So if they can go granular and even analyze makeup and how women earn, then they forget the bit that men are also mistreated in terms of salaries at workplace. Even opportunities in school. Today, if scholarships come, automatically, even in your house, Obinna, today, and sorry to say this, of your children, if you find scholarship opportunities, which one who will you give those scholarship opportunities first?
The sharp one.
You're not being genuine. You'll give the girls.
No. You mean my house?
Yes.
You have to earn your place. They
Okay.
know. I have favoritism though,
yes,
in my house, even how I'm parenting my son and how I'm parenting the girls. The reason is this. I'm teaching my son to understand the world is not a nice place for men, and he needs to be a gentleman. However, he needs to be hard because that's the way the life happens. I can't give the same toughness I give my son to the girls because I understand they're feminine. And I understand now they need a different type of nurturing. The way I treat Akina Lola is the same way I treat Liron. So not happening.
So you see that run of yours is very different. Most people, when they get a chance for scholarship, for example, their children, let's say 3 children, 2 boys, a girl, and then there's a chance for scholarship to go to the US. The girl will get that first.
Yeah.
But then the man is expecting, you know what? Life is
Mwanaume
tough.
atasukuma.
Utangangana.
Yeah.
But it's not fair. And so most men who are the way they are today, I believe strongly is because of this unfair empowerment. And also men are not trained to deal with empowered women. Today, even in the dating scene, though I left, but in the dating scene, if you look at it, you will realize that most of the people who are now even going for the men are actually the ladies. And you hear them saying, hakuna wanaume. And it's becoming a thing, hakuna wanaume.
Yeah.
Whereas the men are there, but hakuna wanaume. Why? Because men haven't been trained to deal with an empowered woman. True. Because how do you deal with a woman who is earning, let's say you are earning 600 Gs, and the woman is earning 3.2 million? How do you deal with such a woman? It becomes difficult. Because then you would want to compete. You want to say, you're earning 3.2, so let's be logical. You know, you need to pay a bit of the rent as well and take care of the children.
Like, no, my money is my money, you're the man.
Exactly.
Be the man.
Exactly. And even if, when the woman says, okay, I have the money, let's take care of the family, then you as a man, what do? You disappear. Because you're earning 600 and the woman is earning 3.2, so you just, there's a level of empowerment towards men that needs to happen, and maybe people like you are very influential, can organize such forums where you talk to, especially these university students, because they're the ones who are transitioning. So they know, when you meet a powerful woman, how do you handle her? It is not, if she's empowered and she has the money and she has a type of a voice where she can talk confidently, usiogope, usikwe, sasa you give in, you know, you must still remain a man and provide leadership, because in some relationships, Obinna, you don't have really to come in with the money per se. You can also come in with leadership.
But now the problem with that is a lot of empowered women don't need leadership because they're also leaders. Some even call themselves kings.
They call themselves kings.
Kings, yeah.
It's delusional.
Yeah, they say, I'm not a queen, me, I'm a king also, whatever. So you're with this woman.
That's delusional. That's akin to saying you're LGBTQI.
Yeah. She's working, she's doing a good job. She went to a school, graduated, Nini, top of her class. She's a boss in her workplace. Mm-hmm. And you also are a boss in your own space. Mm-hmm. And you guys meet. She wants you to meet them 50-50 in matters that favor them. For example, amwezi toka job na kupikie. Na kupikiaje, mi si mboch wako, si you get a mboch. Okay? Mi siwezi kukufulia, tafuta washing machine, utafute auntie aweke hapo. Mi siwezi kukuletea food kwa meza, na kuletea food kwa meza aje. Kwani mimi ni mfanyikazi wako, mi siwezi kutandika bed. Mimi natandika bed aje. Okay? Aya. Rent, we ni mwanaume. Lipa. Lazima ulipe rent. Na nyumba inafaa ifanyiwe shopping.
Though I agree, men have to pay the rent. That one
No.
I have no doubt so far.
Now, we are not talking about the normal setting.
Yeah.
The normal setting is your understanding and my understanding where the man
takes charge.
Needs to take charge and lead.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your family.
It's your family.
Yeah.
But it does not now mean dictatorship.
Of course. That's right.
You discuss with your partner and you guys agree on what you're doing together. But now we have these people of it is her way
or no way.
Or the highway. Ukikuja na yako hapana, unaingia kwa nyumba saa 4 usiku, yepe anaingia saa 4 usiku.
You know what I think, Obinna? I think love is a service, and love in the context of what it is referred to.
Yeah.
As where people wanapendana. Okay. If you go granular and don't understand love, I say it's service. It's me offering to serve my partner.
There you go.
And a few things that I still find exciting. For example, I should not have said this. I know I'll be skinned for it, but let me say it anyway. My wife is a very powerful girl. Okay. Where she is, I see her ordering people left, right, and center. Okay. But the first woman who ever washed my hands, Hivi, Namaji is my wife. I was even surprised. I was like, is this a joke or something? The first time she did it. Then there's no day from the time we met that I've ever gone to the kitchen and served food. There's no day.
Yeah, okay. Kumbe wako.
But she's very, very serious. One day you'll interview, I'm very certain.
Ndajua ni ama sitajua.
Ndakwambia secret. But she does that. And for me as well, there are things where she has learned. And perhaps, I think there's an age issue where men should not marry before the age of 30. Should not. Kama hujafika 30 wewe achana maneno ya ndoa. And a woman should not even try before the age of 26 or 7. Because it, you agree with me, right?
I said that today.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I said it today.
Yeah.
I shot it, I think it's on Riba or it's on Riba.
They should not try it. Because whenever that happens, one thing comes to be. A woman who is not yet 25, the prefrontal cortex, hapa, kipaji, haija develop. And your inhibition, your capacity to decide, kuweka break, happens when your prefrontal cortex is fully developed. And for a woman, it happens at 25, others 23, some mature earlier. For men, it happens much later, at even 35, some 40. That's why men are able to be risky. Women are not very risky, okay? So marrying below the ages of 25, 26 for a woman, and a man before 30, big mistake. Because you will regret for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life, it will be a very painful. And I know the audience that is watching, some of them can identify with what I'm saying. Because Obinna, any person who is not yet 30 has no experience. That's why I look at it. Mimi naangalanga mtu yuko below 30 kama mtoto. Hakuna kitu najua. Wewe maisha hajakutwanga mpaka ukasoma. Wacha kusoma kitabu hii. Umesoma ile yenye wisdom.
Experience it.
Yeah, imekuingia. So once you hit those ages, you'll be like, you know, this competition of men being what and women being what just dies. It's like, oh, we are friends. Let's serve each other. In fact, that competition when I die.
Not met a 20-year-old girl who tells you, niko 20 lakini mimi niko mature.
That is the first.
Mina reason car 27.
That's the first sign of me getting out.
In fact, marafiki wangu wote
Yeah.
ni watu wako 20, wako ma 30s, 40, 50. Usinione niko 20.
Oh, wait. Nilienda kitambo.
That's the first sign of immaturity.
That's the first sign of maturity.
When you have to
Claiming
announce.
maturity. Yeah, when you have to announce it.
When you have to claim and announce it.
Yeah.
Ni kama mlevi anakuambia, bro, mimi nimelewa kweli. Bro, mimi sijalewa.
Exactly.
Mimi sijalewa, msifikirie nimelewa. The minute you have mentioned, you go like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. That's it. So it's
There
like,
you have it. You know, I've been speaking about this many times before. I've been telling ladies, before you decide to get married, upite 25.
yeah.
Between 20 and 25, build yourself. And I'll be telling men, before you decide to move in with any woman, usijaribu chini ya 30. Either before you make anybody pregnant,
Right.
Ama whatever. Figure 30, then figure it out.
Yes.
And I tell them this thing all the time. I don't tell you this because I know more than you. It's because I've made more mistakes than you. And I know, hapa ni noma. Hii ni noma, hii ni noma, hii ni noma. This one is better, nini.
Yeah, you're more
People never
impulsive
listen.
below 30. Very, very impulsive.
Very impulsive.
That's why you can tell a 23-year-old girl, twende club, and she'll, hey, twende. But you tell a 30-year-old, twende club, anakwambia, by Saturday nimechoka, nataka kulala.
Ama nakwambia tunde club nini nafanyika?
And you know, exactly. Nini.
Hiyo club kuna wako?
Yeah. And even they choose. Ukiambia sijui twende club gani, anakwambia, no, twende to lounge.
Twende, exactly.
Yeah, go and sit and just,
Yeah. So it is also another interesting long conversation that we might plan and have.
Yeah.
And also the part for love. And I've spoken about it as well. My idea of love, you just said it. Somehow you're just mirroring and repeating what I've said and what I believe in. I believe love is a service.
It's a service.
What is love? Love is to give. I want to take care of you. I want to spoil you. I want to provide for you. I want to protect you. That's love. Ikifika point where I'm taking,
that's off.
it's not love.
It's not love.
It's
Able
not
to
love.
repeat your point?
Ikifika point where I'm taking,
Yeah.
love imeisha.
Ladies should listen to that very carefully. Once a man starts taking from you,
yes. That is why they always say, hata dem kama amekupenda ni ngumu sana kuombe do. Dem anaweza kuwa amekwama level gani? Akasema na akini kimomba do, ajua ataanze aje mpaka ndo kuzile za na asilikuwa uende salon. No, ndaenda tu najua mpaka unampatia na pia ukimpatia sangine pia a feel. Lakini ile, babe, nitumia nywele, babe, nitumia makucha, babe, unajua rent yangu, babe, bro, you are being used.
extraction.
You are being exploited. Unafikiri amekupenda, akupendi. Bro, you are a means to an end.
Wala dem akikupenda chenye najua na madem, akikupenda sana ile ya ukweli. Hata ikuomba do. You just find yourself giving because I mean, why would she ask for money? You just find yourself giving her.
Yeah.
And plus utakuwa umemuuliza day one, rent yako ngapi, unaishi wapi, you know? And you look at her style yake, unajua manguo zake si za nini, si za inama boutique.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the givers here, just know that takers don't have limits, and so does givers. Givers also don't have limits.
Yeah.
So it's normally a very tricky thing.
It's a
to know.
tragedy.
It's a tragedy.
And
Until mwisho unakaa unasema, wait a minute. Yani nilikuwa nimenyolewa hivi.
Yeah.
So before you're 30, gentlemen, and ladies before you're 25, as we sum this up, there's a conversation I've always had about pregnancy. Let me see what your thoughts are. At what time should a lady get pregnant?
Well, pregnancy should be by choice.
Yes.
Though there is a biological reality that ladies live with.
Okay.
My wife is a medical researcher, And so I've been privy to this. It's not that I know it. I've been just privy to whatever she's been discussing. The ladies are born with their eggs, and as they age, the eggs zinaisha. So whenever they experience their menstruation, etc., then eggs zinakuwa flushed out. So by the time wanafika 35, they start reducing the viability ya kuzaa, healthy offsprings. Yes, they can still give birth, but healthy offsprings reduce. The same to men. So, men want to give birth mpaka kwa wazee. The more you age, the less your sperm becomes better or of good quality. So maybe by 35, nafaa at least ameshapata mtoi ama shamaliza. I don't believe also in your like Ohiambo where you want to just give birth rather. You must also plan if it is 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or even 10.
Okay.
I don't believe 10 from one person though. They can be from 2 different people. But
Waka 5'5".
Yeah, 5'5".
I'm a 6'4".
Yeah, plan. The best time for me is when a lady has her own money that she can take care of herself.
Now you're talking my language.
And that is when majorly is between 26, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33. Hapo. Okay. Ikifika sawa kama kuna exceptionals wenye maybe wanaingia marriages za pili etc. So wanataka new bonds etc. 37 hapo 6 sawa.
Okay. So this is normally my analogy. I always say ladies get pregnant when you're ready mentally and financially. Simple as that. If you feel you're ready mentally and financially now, you feel it's tomorrow. Because ukimwambia anambia no, unajua mimi nataka ni grow na watoto wangu, unajua mimi sitakupata watoto wangu nikiwa mzee.
Mental is more important.
If you're ready mentally,
mental is more important. Yeah.
If you're ready financially, because that man might or might not be there,
now,
you should be ready too.
Nazam to for yourself.
There you go. Peter Ireri Mwaura Njuguna. Bro, I used to code at 21. How do you know people mature at 30?
He used to code. Regurgitation of information is not excellence.
Coding is not wisdom.
Will never be.
It's knowledge. Ati maze mimi naweza kuendesha gari nikiwa 7 years old maze. What do you mean? It's a skill.
Yeah.
My son learns coding. He's 14.
Yeah.
When he's 21, he'll be doing something amazing.
Yeah.
It does not mean when he's 21 now he thinks like he's 30.
This is called Roblox or Robowatch?
Roblox.
Does your son do that?
Yeah, all of them, including Lola. Nowadays, all kids play Roblox.
Yeah.
So we're chatting in Roblox. Nani ingi hapo niko kwa room gani? I don't understand it.
Yeah.
Na wana watching mpaka kwa YouTube. Unaona mtu anakimbia anagonga kitu.
Yeah.
I'm like, muna watch? And dad wewe utaelewa mazi. I'm like, yeah, it's true. Sielewi. Yeah. But sorry for another day.
Right.
Okay. Now.
Yeah.
The reason why I invited you specifically, I wanted us to cover a couple of things. There's so much that is happening in this country, and we're just gonna try and poke holes hapa kule kidogo. So before we get into the political side and the country and what is happening on the Nyota program, I know you've seen that. And us talk about Homa Bay kidogo, Wanga, the whole team. And us talk akina Magwanga, the rest, Boyd Were, Otete. And us come and talk about Kindiki kidogo. And us talk about the president. You support the president.
Of course.
Yes. When mtu wa 2 term?
Not really 2 term.
Yeah.
I support the stability of the state.
Okay, you support the
stability
of the state.
Right.
Yeah. So I want us to talk about the president. He's been launching a couple of projects, and a couple of people are questioning them. Will it happen? Will it not happen? There are also some projects that have been launched that also have some very serious debts accrued and mounted onto them. Guys are like, it's a good thing, but in the next 100 years, we're going to learn. So we're going to be talking about that one as well. And we'll talk about a bit about the Luo's proximity to power.
Right.
We have this battle for tuko kwa government, sisi tuko inje, sisi tuliwachwa na baba ndani, sisi tuliwachwa na baba inje. Winnie just did a
good thing yesterday.
A conversation yesterday, and Winnie was like, Mnitishi,